All right, we're live. Just to
I
let
bought
you
it.
know.
We're alive. Oh shit!
Yeah,
Never
go
mind.
ahead, talk your crap.
Talk your crap, Lewis. Talk your crap.
So
Let me
what-
tell
So,
you
guys,
something.
we're coming
if
back.
y'all are
We're coming
joining
back
us,
live for a second.
yeah, we're doing
You
a
got it.
quick test. This is the Apple Vision Pro Lewis is on, and he's a guest on the show through his Apple Vision Pro. This is using
Right.
the beta. What's it called, Lewis? Go ahead.
It's called. So this is called the Persona.
There we
What's
go.
so crazy about these Vision Pros is that these Vision Pros will allow to capture your digital likeness. It's called Persona. So what you guys are seeing is the digital persona of what I wore or what I captured, and it will pick up every little nuanced detail. It'll pick up everything. You got a boogie hanging from your nose? Oh boy, it's going to capture it. You didn't get your makeup done that day? Oh well, it's going to capture it, and it will keep it there. I mean, you can recapture, but this is my digital persona. So I had to make sure that I shaved, that I made sure that my head was looking great. Kobe said my neck looked long, but that's okay. I was laying down.
So you
I
don't
was
look
in my
like. So
bed.
you don't look like this real person, right at the moment.
No, I mean, if Mike plays the music, I'm still the Dapper,
Boy, play
I'm
music.
still that. Hold on, wait
Yes,
a minute,
yes.
here we go.
Lewis is not a guest. Lewis is family. I just wanted to correct that.
Yeah, dog. Well, come on, Mike. Give me some. Give the drummer some. Give the drummer some. Yeah, smoothed out on my digital persona self. Oh yeah. So yeah, but it does. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty damn crazy. I'm doing this as a test trial. Yes, it is quite pricey. And I went to Apple Store for one thing and walked out with something else. So I was like, all right, I'll finance it for right now. I got 14 days. And I'm like, if I am using this bad boy every single day, if I am seeing myself using it, because it's an over-glorified toy, but as Jacoby said, there's so much things that you could do with it. Like you can pair it up to, like, if you have a laptop, if you have to have a specific laptop. Like you can't have like the silicone, the Intel laptop. If you have an Intel laptop, this bad boy is not going to work. It doesn't work with anything other than a MacBook. But if you have it paired to a MacBook, because I was in the store, I saw like you can have it mapped up or paired to a MacBook. It'll take the MacBook and splash the screen, or it will grab the entire laptop screen and it will make it as if it's your screen. So if you've got stuff that you want to use that's like productive there, you could do that. The only thing that I will say that it can do is can mirror to your iPhone. No, it can mirror to your iPad. I'm quite sure it can mirror to your iPhone, but that's all it can do. It can just mirror. It can't it can't do like all the other crazy stuff that, if you were doing like an iPad to an iPhone or an iPhone to a laptop or a laptop to an iPad, something like that. Not yet, but it will. 15 Pros, it will do every freaking thing. The spatial 3D, if you do like spatial 3D filming or 3D capturing or 3D photos on the i15 Pros, this thing talks 100% to it. I don't have the 15 Pros yet, but
I'll shoot something.
It can do that.
To you.
Say what?
You want me to shoot something and send it to you?
I can only see it like one app at a time. It is limited. I will say it is limited.
No, he's
but
saying
if
shoot a video
or
or a picture
something.
and send it to you.
Yeah, you want me to take a picture or shoot a video and send it to you so you can see what it looks like?
I guess you could, but I can't. What I'm saying is I can't do it while I'm doing Ecamm.
Oh yeah,
or
no. I know.
I
that.
gotta do it. I gotta wait. I gotta wait until I'm separate.
Yeah,
I gotta wait till everything is separate. But other than that, everything you do is you track everything with your eyes.
The fact that we're on Ecamm, and like I said, Ecamm is an Apple-based software. It's not Apple's, but
well,
it's
there you go.
on Apple's. So
if I'm like
is on Apple Vision Pro doing this,
So if the crazy part is, there and I mentioned this in the comments, like it is limited with certain applications. Like I was looking for Netflix, but I was like, there's got to be certain companies that's got to come to bed with Apple to to do those type of applications. It's going to come to a point that they will. It's going to be forced. It's like, yo, we want Netflix on this joint, but
remember,
just
I
to
told
see,
you Netflix is in bed with Google. That's why.
yeah, well, give it time. Give it time.
Oh, yeah.
Here's what I will say. If you do this and you get Disney Plus, there is nothing more exciting than watching Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, Andor, The Bad Batch, any freaking Monsters Inc., any Pixar joint, and you are freaking The Avengers.
Yeah, anything
and you
can watch it. Yeah,
anything that you want to watch in these particular, I would say just Disney's platform. Disney has it where there's an environment, so you can actually see. Like I was at work when Jacoby called me. I was working out, and I was watching The Avengers as I was working out. No, excuse me, I was watching Andor. I was working out, but I was in Tatooine in the speed cruiser, watching Andor in the background. So as I'm sitting down, it's almost as if I was sitting down in the in what they had, and you can look around, you can look up, down, left, right, all over. Look around you, look up to the sky. You can see the Death Star, you can see the twin moons, you can see the Jawas and the spatial audio. Like it's such a crazy technology, like as if you're actually there. So I'm sitting there watching Andor, and I hear it. The thing comes in, and Jacoby's calling me, and I was like, wait a minute, hold on. Is that dumbbells in my hand? I was like, wait. And I was able to see Kobe as he popped up, when he was calling. So it's amazing. When you immerse yourself, like you could go to Stark Tower, you could actually be in Disney's movie theater, the digital space, and it's looked like you're actually in a theater. Like I would urge everyone, if you're watching this, you understand my voice, I would urge everyone, go to Apple. It's 20 minutes. Maybe even less than that because they've gotten so quick with it. Even if you have lenses, I will say if you have contacts, you're in. But even if you don't have contacts, if you go to the Apple Store, they will scan your glasses and they will give you like a temporary lens so that way you can see it, because you can't fit glasses in these bad boys at all. I would suggest and submit, and I think the way that they purposely designed it is that you had to go get some Zeiss glass frames to put on it. So if that's it. Once you put those lenses in, if you want to go that route, if you have contacts, then you're great. But if you wear glasses and you don't have contacts, once you put these bad boys in, you're immersed. It's a whole new world.
I have a question for you, Lewis. Now, I do see a couple of anomalies popping up because when you're talking,
yes,
I see a light flash, kind of like
yes,
we're hanging out with
that's because I'm
Abrams.
That's because I'm in the sunlight. That's because I'm in the sunlight.
That's what I was. So what's your background? Because that is not your home. That is the Apple-based background that they're blurring out behind you.
Right. They're blurring out for blur it out for security purposes.
Right. No.
So
no,
unless
unless you want your location shown.
Unless you want your location shown, they'll blur it out automatically for security purposes.
But isn't that your world, the Apple panoramic world that you're in right now, though?
I can see. If I was outside, I'm not outside yet, but if I was outside, I would see the entire world. The only thing I can see is that.
But I'm saying, like, what we're looking at. We're looking at you, right?
Yes.
Behind you are mountains.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
I didn't know that.
Blurry. Yeah. Do this. Make your crown solid.
All right. What do you see now?
Let's see what happens. No, we still
see those mountains. Yes, I just did it.
Yeah. So we.
Yeah, that's what it does. That's what it does.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So like whatever you want your background to be, we're going to see. Lewis is looking around.
Yeah, because I have the entire crown on. That's why.
Yeah, but you see what I'm saying? So you're in that world, and we're there with you. Look, I mean, not there with you, but we see where you're at in the world of the Vision Pro.
Right, but you have to set that all up beforehand. Like you can have your spatial space. Like the Vision Pros has its own environments. I'm waiting until you can actually be able to capture your own environment. So if I wanted to be in Cheney's, you know, well, they tore down the track, but if I was at Cheney University, shout out to Cheney University, everybody, shout out to Cheney University. See you. If you wanted to be in your college campus and you wanted to take a panorama of your college campus, like you can be there with this new technology. The Vision Pros does do video and it does pictures. It's not the best.
Spatial video too.
But it doesn't.
Spatial pictures and video. Yep.
Yeah, I think the iPhone does it better. But this does it. The only quirk I would say with the Vision Pro is that it is very sensitive. Like if you got hand gestures and you're talking to somebody and moving around, the Vision Pro will pick it up. But it's pretty damn. I can't complain. I'm on day 4. And I've got, once this time frame is up, I've got to make a tough decision and say, do I want to send it back and think about life without these things, or do I keep it?
I'm saying now, you don't be like, I ain't sending it back.
Huh? If it's sitting on the desk for after the first week, then to take that shit back.
No, I've worn it. A lot of people have asked me like, have you worn it to sleep? Yes.
What? Why would you sleep in that?
Well,
That's
the thing
crazy.
was, what I do, it's pretty taxing. So there's some days that I get off and it's like midnight. And if I'm doing something post after what I'm doing, I may be back home at like around 2:00. So to help me sleep, like there's this great app that called Mindful. So you're like in its world. And like it puts you to it's like 10 minutes and like I was out like a light. When I woke up, I still had it on and I was like, do I have a headache? Do I have any neck pain? Do I have any eye pain? Do I have anything? Nothing.
Do I have any PTSD for stuff I've seen on this thing while I was asleep?
No, he was in mindfulness.
No,
so it was
mindful
and keeping
right.
him at rest, because mindfulness
right.
is very helpful, like your breathing and all this to put you in a
right.
relaxed state for meditation. So that's
so
why I said it's your own world. That's another tool that we're not even talking about. Like people develop meditation videos.
And the next thing was, so the next day I tried it again just to see if it was just me. And then I used it to watch the Avengers. And I went to sleep. And I woke up and I was like, do I have a headache? If I'm feeling any pain, any eye pain? Nothing. Nothing.
I saw somebody talking about the battery usage. This guy.
It's horrible. That's Will say. It's horrible. 3 hours max.
Yeah, Michael actually sent me that.
But there's
video.
a workaround. There's a workaround. You could daisy chain the battery to another battery, or you could daisy chain the battery to, like, let's just say if you got a plug next to you. Like I have a plug right next to me, for like all devices that I have. So I'll just plug it up and it's right next to the bed. So, once it's plugged in, you're good to go. But if it's just like you're just chilling and you're out and about and you're walking around and you're taking a walk or taking a run, it's a good 2 hours, 2.5 hours. 3 if you don't have nothing available. The dinosaur demo is crazy. When Jacoby said about Alicia Keys, let me tell you, and I'm a big Alicia Keys fan, and there's reason. Them yams is in your face. And I mean, those yams are in your face. It's crazy. But Mike, Jacoby, I think you guys will appreciate this. Jacoby, when you saw that, what they didn't show you if you actually had the entire, because when you buy it, you get the entire joint.
Yeah, it moves
so
around.
There's these it moves around the room. And it was what was capturing it, because I was paying attention to what was capturing it. And they're like big freaking, it almost looks like 2 mini refrigerators stacked on top of one another with a big camera inside of it. That's capturing all of the spatial space, capturing the audio, capturing all of it. And I was like, I've never seen that before. So I'm like, I don't know what the hell that is.
Houses. I thought it was the spatial stuff they do for the homes.
It might be.
The 3D
it just might be.
Homes and walk you through it and everything.
Right. It just might be.
You just made me think about what real estate video will become.
Right.
Yes. But the only downfall is that you have to have one of these bad boys.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? To get the real experience.
But this is what I'm telling you. More things are going, like, I'm telling you, Sony.
The cheaper ones are coming.
Samsung.
Yeah.
Google.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And so now it's just going to be like a phone, whatever ecosystem. Because this is the thing that people, let's break this down. I got to stop for a second. Your ecosystem that you live in is foundational to your phone. So whatever infrastructure you have and that you need to build with the technology, you need to start with your phone. And so just like phones, people are going to have these things and devices that set up, but the content is going to be able to be placed from device to device. They're going to create this open ecosystem where you can get it to device to device. And the ones that are going to win will have the strongest backbone and connection to other apps. Like Apple Home.
Right.
Because remember, Lewis, I told you get the HomePods and see if you can pair them to the HomePods. Because if you could do that, the HomePods do the spatial too. And so I'm telling you that Apple ecosystem is going to be crazy. And I'm not even a fanboy. All of like it's like
I
have to understand,
Michael. I'm an abashed, unapologetic Apple man. Period. I'm an unabashed. I am an unapologetic Apple man. I'm at to the point to this where I'm like, yo, Apple, just fucking hire me. Excuse my language. Just hire me. Just hire me.
Like phone's a phone.
I've got like 4, bro. I got bro. Listen, yesterday, one of the guys from my job, he was like, so I saw that you got those pros, man. I'm such a geek. I'm such a geek nerd. You know, can I try it on? I was skeptical at first. I was like, all right, whatever. What the hell? I mean, it's, you know, I had to reset it up because you could do this in guest mode, so you could allow other people to see it and they can counter, collaborate, calibrate it so that way they can go to their likeness or whatever. And they did the dinosaur demo. Man, when I did the dinosaur demo, what? You can interact with shit. Excuse my language. You can interact. Like the butterfly that comes to you, you can interact with it. It moves around with you. The dinosaur that comes to you, you can interact with the dinosaur. It's huge. The one thing that I will say, the IMAX, there's an IMAX app. Okay, gotta listen to me because Michael, I think you pointed on this. Yeah. There is an IMAX application that is on the Vision Pros, right? You were able to see. There's things that you were able to see. Like it's very limited because it's still brand new. Yeah. But you can. There's something that's free because you got to pay for it. With everything, with Apple, you got to pay for it. But they have a NASA documentary. And the NASA documentary shows how it is living in the International Space Station in IMAX on the Vision Pro. Do you understand what I just said? The IMAX capability on a Vision Pro in your room where you're in your own bed.
I'm trying to get people to understand.
Or couch. And then the audacity, the nerve, the immediate goal of IMAX freaking application to give me a Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes trailer in IMAX while I'm in my bed watching this.
I'm trying to get people
in my
to
room.
Understand. Like, as a content creator. Yeah,
it's
as a content
bonkers.
Creator, we got to get ready. Independent filmmaker.
And I'm not over. Listen, guys. Listen, I'm not over exaggerating. Those who are watching this and under the sound of my voice, I am not paid by Apple. I wish to God I would, because I would tell everybody. Listen, I'm not over exaggerating any of this. What I'm saying, I'm not over exaggerating none of this. None of this. Okay, you need a couple of things. You need a really good, fast internet service, and you have to have good lighting. You've got those two, and I've actually had the opportunity to walk around in low light, and it still works. Like if you have your window in your bathroom and to your
he dropped out for a sec.
Yo, can I say that? If
Go ahead.
Lou comes, you can laugh. Lou is nicer than I am because me and Lou's roommate in college almost got into a fist fight over my Sega Genesis joystick. So I wouldn't have let that guy use my stuff.
No, I wiped it down. I'm sorry, I blinked out for a second. No, I cleaned everything off every time that I was using it. But just listen, man. I'm not capping anything. I'm not, as the young people say, I'm not doing none of that. the idea that I can go and watch, if I can watch a IMAX trailer, movie, whatever, and I can watch this on my couch, in my bed, watching it on my ceiling in IMAX quality, in whatever HD that they got, 7K, 9K, 12K, whatever the hell is freaking IMAX for these damn Vision Pros, is bonkers.
So
that's all I got to
say.
say.
What do you think that filmmakers
you can type
should
a
be
paper
trying
in
to do?
8K.
Yeah, you already can shoot an 8K and you can
Yes.
shoot an 8K. So what do you think independent filmmakers should be trying to really focus on at this point?
Mike said something to me that was quite disturbing and revolutionary at the same time. He said, so it seems like you're going to have to come back to Canon and buy that 3D camera, the Canon blase blah with the 3D joints. And I said, no, I'm just waiting for a lens to come out that's going to be universal that I can put on my Blackmagic. And if that's the case, then I'll be able to shoot certain things in 3D. But the horror, I'm really now in the horror space or thriller space. And I thought to myself, this transforms what you see if you want to do Jurassic Park in the Vision Pros. The capability is crazy because it could happen. If you wanted to see Psycho, if you wanted to see, I don't know, if you wanted to see Friday the 19th, whatever they come out with Friday the 19th, and you're using the Vision Pros and they have it adaptive to this particular technology, you could see Freddy walking in your screen with the claws, and it's right there. If you want to see, whatever that they do in the future with Marvel, like I can actually see like a movie where, what was the movie where it was like third person, Hardcore Henry. You remember Hardcore Henry?
Movies watching, you'll be a part of it as not just an audience, but a participant in the room. He dropped out. He'll be right back. The internet. That's the key, is that internet. I'm telling you, everybody's gonna have to have all them internet companies is gonna be like, yeah, we're gonna up the price here. Internet is gonna be the key.
Because
you say
I will tell you this. If you're watching something like a Hardcore Henry and you're watching it on this joint, and I just say just the premise of being a third person. I'll give you a better one. What was the one with Michael B. Jordan? They were all superheroes. They were all super. It was like three characters. They were all superheroes, but they were using that third person as if there was like a camera. Yeah, and they were using the camera as like a documentary. It was almost like documentary style.
Yeah, because it's
whatever.
Shot in the same. It's shot in the same style as Blair
Witch.
Project, all that. That's when all those.
Right.
Yeah, because I remember it.
I can.
Why is it?
But whatever that style.
More filmmakers using the Vision Pro to make films.
Yeah. Well,
and here's the key. No. Let me give you this perspective, because I'm not saying right now, although some people are going to probably test it and do it
in the future.
But in the future, you're going to see people shoot with these as another pair of eyes with the other lenses and everything, and treat it as if you're in the room. Storytelling.
I will say that you can use these with Unreal.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
I 100% guarantee that you can use these with Unreal, not only for creating realistic camera motion and camera angling and movement. You definitely will be able to use these bad boys. There's going to be an app that's going to come around where you're going to be able to do that, where you can use this as your point of view camera, where if you want to see certain things and how it's moving. So this is the Mandalorian in your head, on your head. This is the Mandalorian, the volume in your head.
Yeah, because
so if you want to create it, you could do it with these things.
Like right now, remember, Persona is only in beta. Okay, I keep trying to explain to people what beta.
Oh, it's gonna. If this is beta mode, oh my god,
be improved on. So let's imagine beta, and we're seeing in blurred your background, right?
Yeah.
And if we start designing digital backgrounds and then we see you putting you in it. Because here's the thing. All they need to do is be able to make a full body scan of you.
Michael, I'm sorry to cut you off. Please forgive me for cutting you off.
Go ahead, bro.
This, what you see in my screen is all digital.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
All digital.
So if we can start creating digital backgrounds for this, for people to be anywhere, and then you're scanning not just your face anymore, but your body at different levels. Now the camera's adjusting whether you're standing tall or we see a medium shot. And once you can do that, that's why I said something in beta changes the whole game. Because again, it's beta. So that also means you could put input. That also means you could tell them, hey, have y'all thought about allowing us to do this? If I can scan just this part of your body right now, what happens when I can do the whole thing? Right? And
it's crazy.
It look like you're walking, or I can.
It's crazy.
Exactly. Or what happens when I tether the Apple Vision Pro to an outside camera like your iPhone to scan the rest of your body while you're wearing it? Now that we already got your face, and I can put you in any.
Yo, this changes the game. If you are a gamer,
Lord, that's a lot.
This changes the game. This changes the game. This changes the game. Gaming on this bad boy. Mm-hmm. I will say the only thing that I don't like about these things is Safari. That's the only thing I don't like. Safari is terrible. Terrible.
Yeah, but
it's
remember,
terrible.
One. You're still in stage
I understand, but it's so bad. Mm-hmm. Like everything with Safari is super sensitive. You move your head, you move your arms, it just reacts to everything. Right. Other than that, I'm happy with everything else. So there are apps that they're in development that they are partnering up so that way you can watch a YouTube or you can watch other type of platforms. So like Google,
YouTube,
if Google plays,
some girl made an app to go into YouTube through the app and stuff. I'm like, why would you let someone else get paid off of you, YouTube? That's not smart.
Well, I'm quite well. There is an app that will allow you. It's called something else. It's not Tubi. It's Ubi or something like that. Yeah. But it's available on the App Store with the Vision Pros. But it allows you to have a better experience rather than doing Safari. Mm-hmm. Other than using Safari, because Safari is just so trash on this thing.
There's still VR in YouTube. If you record, you can have VR content on your YouTube channels. And you can go there and you can really, and you need to experience it. You don't get the experience of that if you go through Safari.
The demand is going to come to a point where they're going to be like, if you guys don't get with the program and get us on this bad boy, we're not going to use your service. Just get with the program.
Well,
because the future is here.
You know, a lot of YouTube content creators are actually, some of them have been like, I am exiting. I was thinking if Vimeo was smart, I was saying if Vimeo smart, they would get on the AR and allow VR and AR within Vimeo, and they're going to get more users coming over. Because if you build an app for this right here, Vimeo, you're going to get users, a lot more users.
Well, I think that
videos Vimeo does, the quality anyway is better on Vimeo than it is on YouTube. We know that as filmmakers.
I agree. Yeah, I agree.
IMAX on Vimeo.
Yeah. What I will say is,
what's up, Leonard?
What I will say is, if in fact, I think with the Apple developers, like with most of open source applications that are out there for free, they're really banking on developers to come up with applications that's going to drive wanting or having a good reason for wanting a Vision Pro or something like a Vision Pro that's going to come out in the future with other companies. It's really going to be based upon these developers. So these developers that are looking at, and they've been on the hunt with making these things available when these Vision Pros came out, just so that way they can get on the gun. Like $20, $30 just for a simple app. Is a norm when you go to the App Store. Gamers will be really, really happy with these bad boys. So if you're a Fortniter like myself, playing Fortnite on these bad boys versus if you're doing a projection screen is going to be freaking crazy. It's just the sky's the limit. I just don't like Safari as its main bridge to getting onto If Google was its own separate app like it is on the phones and on the iPad and yada, 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 then, once it starts to get on here, game changer. Game changer.
If you just joining us, Lewis hit us up. We were all chilling, about to get off and do our own thing, but Lewis hit us up. He's wearing his Apple Vision Pros right now. You're seeing him through the Apple Vision Persona Beta. This is not him. This is his persona through his Apple
But
Vision
it looks
Pros.
just like me.
It does. The crazy
Eye
thing
expressions and all.
I'm wondering what version, beta version of Persona this is, because the other ones people have kind of said. But remember when I told you the key is lighting. Like whenever you record yourself in Persona, you need to have good lighting, and you
need to have good lighting,
right?
So I broke out my little mini lights, my little aperture mini lights. I got 4 of them, and I turned them all on, just so that way it could capture me. The one thing that I will say is that you can adjust what people will be able to see once you've saved it. So if you're light skin, and you want to like dial it down, you can dial it down. If you want to, make yourself in a studio mode, so make your skin crisp, Krispy Kreme, then you could do that. If you want to go au natural and you want to have the bumps and the bruises on your face, you could do that. I will just say that whatever you wear, jewelry, hair, shave, boogies in your nose, boogies in your eyes, the whole 9 yards, if that's what you had, and you recorded yourself and you were like, oh, let me just do this and let me just, whatever. It records it, it saves it, and that's what everybody's going to see in the world.
Right. But yeah,
period.
Bronx LT, I get you. You're an Android user. What I'm trying to get everybody to understand about this right here, it doesn't matter if you're using a Quest. It doesn't matter if you're using the Apple Vision Pro. The whole point is VR, AR for filmmakers needs to be your next movement or your next level of learning and understanding, and how these tools are going to advance us on the independent side. If you're doing a short film, I'm just going to challenge you to shoot your short film with either the iPhone 15 Pro Max in spatial video, or get the Canon RF, the dual with the R5C. Rent it. I'm not saying buy that stuff. I'm saying rent them. Whatever you got to do.
Rent it. Yeah, rent it, because you can bring back it. You could bring it back in. You could bring it back in here and do your editing.
Yeah,
you could do your DaVinci and edit it. Jacoby, real quick, Jacoby. I accept you being my producer. Yes.
Baby, that part.
Horror on this thing. Thriller, horrors, anything scary.
I told you.
Anything scary.
Did I not tell you, Lewis? That
listen,
is going to change.
Science fiction. Holy
But that's what I'm trying to tell everybody. I'm not, like I said, I'm not coming from a fanboy perspective. I'm coming from a business perspective. I'm trying to get people to understand that there's going to be this huge shift, and the question is, where are you in this shift? Where are you going to move when this happens? That's the question. When we all need to be thinking about this. This is, do your test runs, play around with it. Whatever, even if it's not a thriller, if a comedy or whatever, you get to set your audience in the room. We just talked about the IMAX app. Y'all don't know. I'm not gonna say you don't know. I'm saying envision this as an independent filmmaker. You're now on the same level as someone else. Now the thing is, you just need to have the skill set of lighting, cinematography, sound. You got to learn spatial audio. Cats, if y'all don't learn spatial audio and download the apps for that. Go
Michael,
ahead,
may I please? I'm geek. I'm so giddy and so geek right now. Oh my God, I'm sorry. I have to jump in. Spatial audio. May I just say, so with these pros, right, I got to be careful because every time I move, it starts to glitch up a little bit because I'm moving so much. So with spatial audio, it really is reactive to the environment that you're in. So for instance, there is an environment where you're at something called the Joshua Tree. So if you've never heard what the Joshua Tree is, you can look it up, go online and find out what it is. But it's just a terrain. It's a rocky terrain, and it's just surrounded masses of these trees. but it's so realistic. The sky is the sky, the ground is the ground, the rock is the rocks, the wind is the wind, the chirping of the birds is the chirping of the birds. Everything that you're doing. The crazy part is if I'm moving around screens in that environment, if my audio is coming from me to my face, if I move the screen, just moving it to the left or to the right, the spatial audio also moves with the movement of my screen. So if I move it to the left, the environment of the apps that I'm using, or the audio of the whatever, if I'm watching the Avengers, it's on to my left. All of that audio is to the left. To my right is the spatial environment audio. So it's the chirping, it's the wind. You could see all of that. You could hear all of that all at the same time. And to really, to point out to Kai Jackson's question, he says, is Lewis's Apple device an early AI and Avatar? Think Black Mirror episode with Anthony Mackie. It's damn near close to it. It's damn near close to it.
In a second, I'll keep. Well, so there, I send all of y'all out this one. There's a guy who created a box that pretty much beams the other person using an iPhone app, their whole body into your home on a screen.
Okay. Yeah.
It's a hollow box.
What?
Yeah, I thought I sent it to y'all. I know I sent it to y'all yesterday.
No, I didn't get it. I would have
before. But like
I never got anything.
So
wait a minute. If you send it, I think I've gotten something from you. I got to double check.
It's a hollow box, right? And it uses an app from your iPhone, and the person can see you, and you see them.
Well, and just to using this Apple Vision Pros, though,
the Apple Vision Pro, you won't need the hollow box if you can feel like the whole person is there, and you guys can be in the same room as if you're in the same room. This is why I'm saying it's the beginning of something, not the end of something. I don't expect these things to be perfect. I expect
it's not there. It's
forward, and that's why
it's not there yet where you can
remember them holodeck.
It's not there yet where you can share.
Right. So imagine you and I, two different places, but you see the whole Michael Melvin sitting in your house talking to you while you're wearing your Apple Vision Pro. And
when it gets to the point where you can, oh hell, I think there's a horrible delay. When it gets to the point, because it's not there yet.
Right.
When you're in a point, because the shared experiences, I think it's the only thing that's missing from this thing. I think that's what's really cool about the Meta Quest, because the Meta Quest, you can actually be in the same space at the same time, and you can actually interact with one another.
Shared experience is going to be on the next one. I'm telling you.
When I get to a point where I can get in the Disney Plus app on the Vision Pro and watching Avengers or watching Endgame, whatever, the King Dynasty, whatever the hell the fucking, excuse my language, whatever the hell that Marvel or Disney wants to freaking do with their freaking IPs, is it whatever they're going to do. If they're going to do Secret Wars, whatever, let's go with Secret Wars. If I can get to a point where I can watch Secret Wars on these Vision Pros when they release and they're on the platform, and I can watch Secret Wars in a room where Michael and I, Jacoby and TK are all in the same room, and we could turn around and we could see our persona, as they say or call it, in the same room, in that spatial environment space, watching this film. That, my friend, will kill, unfortunately, the theater. That's going to kill it. This is what will kill it.
Jacoby, what you thinking?
This is what will kill it.
I'm thinking, what can I do next to get me on the right page to create content, and where is it going to be so I can figure out the best thing for it? Like
learning the software. Learning the software. I think that your next quest is to really learn Unreal. I was looking at my son was able to watch this, and we were just discussing, we were like, what do you think were used to create these types of environments? Like, if we're going to go with Mandalorian, the Mandalorian's engine was Unreal, and it had a couple of bit of Disney's own technology. But just to render just to render these settings, render the sky, render the movement, because there's clouds that's moving in this bad boy. The only thing that comes close to that is Unreal, which is free. So learning Unreal, that would be number one. Learning Blender. Blender is a free software that's a 3D software.
AI is good in environments. AI is good at creating environments better than people.
ChatGPT is real. Let me tell you how in Canva, you can tell ChatGPT to create a digital environment. It will create it for you. You could put it into a software like Blender that's free, where you can create and tweak the environments, and then put it in Unreal, which is free. So you have your own 3D virtual studio that's damn near practically free. I mean, there's going to be some elements where you're going to have to give some type of payment to some things. You know what I'm saying? But the technology is there. If you have your laptop, you can have all of these engines running on here. If you have a computer, you can run these engines on here.
Some other AI infused software. Look, Adobe is pushing their AI.
Adobe is pretty much all of their Photoshop, their After Effects, most of their apps are all getting to that AI technique. So you're there with it.
And Lightroom is already available for the Apple Vision Pro. I already know.
Yeah, Lightroom is good.
You got to know what's coming, and that's the thing, knowing what's coming, because you got to get ready for what's coming. And like you're saying, if we can change out your background and we can scan your whole body with your iPhone and put you, instead of us just seeing your face right now, we can see pretty much all of Lewis or a medium body shot of Lewis. Now that becomes filmmaking, because now you're filming out a different thing. And here's the thing.
So now we're getting into different territories of stuff, things. We're getting into different territory now.
Right now, look at your lighting. There's a shadow from my perspective on your right. Okay? You have light on your left. Normally we shoot. Now, if somebody understands how we film, we usually film from the shadow side than the light side.
That's a feature. That's a feature that's a feature that you can put with the Vision Pros. You can have it with the different type of versions. And for this version I selected was studio version. So there is going to be natural shadowing, and you could do natural if you wanted to, but that's all the bumps and bruises. I got the pretty mode.
No, I'm
so the studio mode is what will do that. But will we be able to interact with each other in the future? If you have a Vision Pro, it will be a long time before a Vision Pro will interact with a Quest or like a VR headset to another VR headset from another company. I think we're going to be a long time from that. Hopefully it's not going to be that long.
I think it'll be the software will allow the interaction, not the device.
The software, yes. Whatever the applications will be able to do, because if I'm using a Meta, or if I'm using a Vive, and I'm using a Vive and then there's an Apple Pro, if we're using an app that runs and it can work and talk to each other, then we will be able to interact. But I'm looking forward for the inclusion version, where if someone can't afford, the Vision Pros, and if they do go to an Air, or if they go to just a Vision, just a Vision Air or Vision Lite or whatever the hell they want to call it. I don't know what they will use or input in there to keep it so that way it's relevant, so that way you could use it every day. But an application is going to be what will be the telltale signs, and that's where developers come in. It's not there with the avatar. I mean, this is about as closest to me that you're going to get that's digital, which I think is pretty cool in itself. It's scary. It's scary, though. It's very scary
but
that you could do this.
Quest avatar looks more realistic. But again, like I said, this is beta.
I don't know, man. I don't know. When I saw this and I was in my own, and I was able to look at it, I was like, word, this is crazy too much like me.
No, but the Quest ones are more three-dimensional when it scans you or whatever it does. Go look at But here's the thing. Again, this is the beginning. So I just wanted to do a quick test with you hanging out with us. Oh, wearing your Apple Vision Pro, talking, and that people can see this, because I think that when people start seeing its capability, like you're hanging out with us talking through Ecamm, and we're talking to you Lewis, we're talking to you, but we're really just engaging with your avatar, and you can still see all three of us, and we can see TK is at the storage unit because I thought it was a building
doing something.
But then I realized,
but that's a great angle. That's a great angle that she's got there.
What building she at? That's a tall building, right? And then I realized,
dude, it's like a snapshot of that. That's a great angle. That's a great angle.
It's like,
oh, now I can see it. It's tilted. It's tilted to the side, but it looks like a building. Yeah, it's dope angle. No, TK, keep it the way it was. It was dope. It's great filmmaking right there.
You know, at the time, TK, it looked like a building. So I was like, oh, where's she at? She delivering stuff to his large building. But
I can't wait for these bad boys to get better. I can't wait for these bad boys to, to expand out. I can't wait for developers to start getting on board. I can't wait for Blackmagic to have its own app so that way you can just edit in this bad boy. I can't wait for that. I can't wait for that.
Cameras. So has Blackmagic moved into the RF, or are they going to come out with something with dual lenses? Or that will take
I have not heard anything of that yet.
Blackmagic is going to probably create a RF mount.
Okay.
Or
I agree.
That's because they're similar to Red. That's going to only be the thing. That's what I think is going to happen. And
if there is, and if they do, it's like they would have to design a complete all 3D camera in its ecosystem all to itself. I mean, like just recently, they just made an app that's in conjunction with your iPhone from Blackmagic. Yeah. So now you can record and do your filmmaking on your phone with the Blackmagic app. And that took like how long? That was forever to take to do that.
What they did is they answered. See, it wasn't really taking long. The thing was, and this is what I think happened. When Filmic Pro went to subscription base, they opened up a whole new avenue for someone else. And Blackmagic was like, we'll fill it. You see what I'm saying? Because right now, you can get that app for free.
For free.
And you can get DaVinci for free at the low end. But
for
you
free.
Can buy it for $300. But remember, DaVinci used to be expensive. Now you can get it for $300, which is where the Final Cut Pro is. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like,
yes, I have listened to music with this thing. I think it's much better if you have earplugs. So if you have AirPods or anything that's with Apple, like the Apple Air, it's almost like if you got Beats. If you got something with an Apple audio component or equipment, it sounds amazing. But I have my headless Beats.
So wait, Apple Music is on the thing, yeah. So you can download. It downloads all of your music that's from your iCloud Okay. So anything that you have on your phone that's Apple, all your songs from your phone that's on the iCloud, it transfers over to the Vision Pro. The only thing that I would not suggest that you do is listen to the music using the Pro's speakers, because Pro speakers, it's kind of muffled and it's not the best. But if you put some earplugs in, or if you put your headphones on, you're in a brand new world. Listening to music. He dropped out. I'm gonna tell you, I think the Apple headphones, the AirPods, they're gonna upgrade them where they're gonna be USB-C and they're gonna be better. You're gonna see some changes happening real soon, within a year.
Well, I can't wait, man. Because the thing, like Lou was talking about, the thing that I said, like we talked about earlier, is that they put this hardware in it that they plan for. Because like Lou said, they're not going to upgrade these things every year and all that stuff. But they're prepared to upgrade the software every so many months, or to come out with updates with features they've been working on. And they're already working on the updates already.
Right. I think another pair of these will come out in 2 years. But I think the low version, the Air or the Apple Visions, will come out next year. That's what I think.
I just don't know what will be inclusive with the Airs, or just the
or something. It'll have less cameras.
Yeah,
it'll have less cameras. It'll have certain things. It'll be lighter. It won't be as
maybe the battery will be attached. Maybe the battery will be attached to the actual AirPod. The only thing, there's the other part of it where you have to walk around with a battery in your pocket.
So
because they don't want the Vision Pro's battery on the side of the headset because they don't want to make it too heavy.
Right.
That's the only other thing.
The cheaper ones will have the battery on the back. The thing is, what people don't understand about the Vision Pro, and this is where I try to explain the battery part. The battery detaches. So what happens is it allows you to buy more batteries, right? As a pro user, you want that capability. You don't want your batteries on your actual device because now you're stuck there having to charge it or be connected to something. Where if I bought another battery, I'm just going to connect it and keep moving around, right?
You could probably daisy chain it. Yeah. You could probably daisy chain it. Like you can
charged. Yeah. Remember when we talked about the next level will be, remember how the iPhone now charges with the magnetic battery, the magnetic charger?
Yeah.
I think that'll be the next actual battery pack for those will be a magnetic chargeable battery pack. That way you can put a pack on it and still walk around.
It's just going to be heavy as hell to have a battery magnet on top of the Vision Pro battery, which in itself is pretty heavy.
Your side, if you got it on your back, you're not going to care.
Yeah.
It's when it's on your head.
Well, they got a clip for it already. They got a belt clip, Lou.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, they do?
Clip, yeah.
Oh, shit.
Belkin makes the belt clip.
That's so crazy to me. This is so crazy. With technology today, you telling me you got to pack around a heavy battery. Then you're talking about a back.
How you going to charge it? It's electricity.
I don't know.
If they got a belt clip, if they had a belt clip that you can have it where there's in your belt clip, there's a battery that's already charged and you can just clip it onto that belt clip and it just charges it, then great. But to have a battery that's magnetized to a battery that you already have on your clip, that's just a little heavy for me. I mean, this battery is already heavy as is.
I mean, I'm just saying that the ability is either you're going to swap them out or you're going to daisy chain it to another battery, right? But what if it's a smaller battery that can charge it and still let you play it while it's charging, that it holds about 4 hours of a charge or whatever?
Well, then hell, all you got to do is just attach that battery. If it's smaller and if it's a smaller joint, if it could detach, because I think that the plug itself, like they just got to look at what the pin is, what's connecting the Vision Pro to the battery. If they can make a pin and make a lighter battery that could charge and stay for longer, it's game over. A lighter battery that connects to the Vision Pro, then you're in. You're in.
And that's what I'm saying. So if you're gonna make, like I always tell people, right now I would say invest in Apple or invest in the makers. But what you do is you find the companies that make the parts, and those are what you invest in. But at the end of the day, you got to think about the possibilities of what's to come. Because if I know that I can create a little USB-C round battery that's magnetic, that'll stick on a phone or stick on a thing and it charges and it can charge a device within an hour or two, or at least gives another 2 hours to a device like that, it prolongs whatever. I can buy a couple of those things because it's adding a charge already to that battery. I think Apple's thing is they should have made the battery pack have a magnetic charge port. They didn't do that, but I think the second version coming around.
Can I just say this?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I just say this? As crazy as this sounds, like you guys are like right in my face. Like the screen is like right there. The screen is like right there, right in my bedroom. It's like there. It's crazy.
So you could laugh at me, Lou. I ran downstairs and told my wife, I got to get one now. You know what she said? Why?
What? Why? Did you tell her to go check it out?
Yo.
Yes. She was with
my wife is too I'm about to make her an appointment. That's what I'm about to do right now.
Yo, do that so she can understand
I need Louis
the transform.
I need Louis to get I need Louis to get his cut for this pitch session. That's what I need.
I'm saying, yo, I'm about to go and order an Apple freaking hoodie just so that way I could get some money from Apple, yo, so they can understand. Like, it's so transformative. I have gotten 4 people from my job that's like, I know I ain't got no $3,000 or $3,700, but yo, I'm about to finance this bad boy. And I'm like, yeah, you can finance it. It's $200 a month. You know what I mean? Or you could just put it on your credit card. Yeah, because there's 3 tiers. That what I will say. It's the 256, a 516, and a 1 terabyte. I really don't know what the hell you could really do, and putting all that much crap on this joint. Like, what really would you be able to do? My iPhone is 256.
I'm gonna be honest. My iPhone's a 1 terabyte. I don't get anything below a 1 terabyte, and the reason is I've already used up enough space on my phone. I have videos. I do a lot of stuff, but like
that's what the external hard drive is for.
No, but you can't connect the additional hard drive to that right now.
Yeah, you can.
Where?
Yeah, you can.
Where can you connect the additional hard drive? Please.
There's an Apple what is this called? What's the thing that you're
one or a direct connection?
No. Just listen. You know the one that the attachments that Apple has? They're white attachments, like for their USB.
Oh yeah.
And their HDMI ports, their port attachments. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
All right. So you know, like when you're attaching your phone, right? And you want to do a splitter.
Yeah. You'll be back. So it has a USB-C connection problem when he comes back. But see, again, for me, I like space. I'm a hard drive person. I like the least because you don't know what apps I have.
Forgive me. I'm sorry. Every time that I move my hand, the screen updates. And when the screen updates, it kicks me out. It's such an annoying thing. And this is Safari. But when you're using a splitter, like if you're doing from a charge port and you're splitting it to your HDMI port.
Right.
Those attachments that Apple has. There's a splitter that you can plug into the iPhone. I mean, I have a 14, so it works for the 14. So you can plug in the splitter, and then you can use the splitter to plug into an external hard drive.
So is it a lightning connection or is it a USB-C?
It's a lightning connection. For the 14, it's a USB. For the 15s, it's a lightning port, but it's a splitter.
The 15 is a USB-C.
The 15 is a USB-C. Mm-hmm. The 14 is a lightning port. I have the lightning port one, right? But I have a splitter, so I can connect my port to plug in an external hard drive. It works with your freaking iPad. If you have an iPad, and you can look at it on your iPhone, you could store your external hard drive. As far as the Vision Pro is concerned, it would have to be iCloud based. You would have to be able to see it on your iCloud.
That's why I said I would have a terabyte because the space is on the actual Apple Vision Pro, and it only way you can.
But if you have an iCloud account, but if you have an iCloud account that's already over an extra amount of storage space, you don't need to have a terabyte on your actual, unless you're downloading it on the Vision Pro.
That's what I'm saying.
Unless you're going to download it,
certain things like if you're gonna get on plane, right? You're gonna download a movie in case the internet goes out. You're not gonna just sit and watch it off the thing. So I'm a downloader type of person. If you have enough space on your iCloud, it's solid enough that if you are tethered to the iCloud, that it still works. Right, but that's if you have internet access. That's the thing. And I'm a contingency guy, and that's how I function. That's how I shop. That's how I buy. What's the contingency? I'd rather have it than not have it when you need it. That's how I am. I mean, we're different. That's fine.
Yeah, I hear you. I don't need a terabyte of space on these devices.
Right.
I really don't.
I know I do.
But
my phone has
if you're the type of guy or gal that needs the storage space and you need the extra space on each device, then go for it. Yeah. I just think that it's just, if you've got an iCloud, it works.
Right. No. I'm totally, like I said, everybody's different, and you have to figure out what suits you and fits for you. I'm not down anybody for anything.
Yeah.
I just know that I don't buy anything that's less than a terabyte if the terabyte's available.
Yeah, well, just to prepare yourself, prepare you to drop around. Prepare to drop about $5,000, baby. Prepare to drop $5,000.
I already know that part.
That's a whole short film for some people.
Yeah,
man.
I've already planned this whole thing out. You guys already know me, man. Come on. You already know how I think. Like, I already plan. I don't go without a plan. I don't move or operate without a plan. But
that's a whole lot of cheddar, bro.
Because in my brain,
a whole lot of cheddar.
You know, it's like my MacBook. My MacBook itself, I have a 4 terabyte. It's the high tier. The only thing I didn't get was an 8 terabyte because I do use a bunch of hard drives. But that's just me. And I'm a tech guy. You know, the tech guy is going to do the tech stuff. You know what I mean?
The tech, yeah. I mean, yeah. But, I'm a conservative tech guy. I put it that way. How we gonna do that?
Yeah. All I'm saying is because here's the dangerous part I learned from the phones. It's when you're doing the techie stuff or you're using certain apps, you need the space. And then with certain apps, you don't have the space. Then you gotta start dumping things you don't want to dump or get rid of things you don't need to get rid of to clean it off because you got to be able to use it. It's like right now with Final Cut, if you have the iPad and you're editing Final Cut on the iPad, you actually have to have the video on the iPad. You can't have it on an external drive. So you got to clean it off. Different is with DaVinci, you can use an external drive on the iPad to edit on DaVinci. And so hopefully Apple will fix that issue and allow people to edit straight from a drive in Final Cut. But
I was blown away that you can actually use DaVinci Studio because it comes free with Apple with the Apple iPad Pro, and it will connect to a hard drive.
Yeah.
So I mean, as much of the video footage that is taken if you're using a Blackmagic camera and putting it on a hard drive and then connecting it to your iPad, and then you can edit right on your iPad. It's revolutionary. It's revolutionary.
Look, I want to say thank y'all for joining us at the after party. We had this conversation.
TK, you're in amazement over there, yo.
Look, y'all gonna have TK.
Or is she?
I told Michael I had errands to run, and I had to get some stuff ran and do some stuff. So he said hop back on for a minute. So I'm on.
Yeah, I know that's right.
Listen, y'all gonna wake up. TK gonna be shooting her next movie in spatial video. We gonna be like, damn. Look,
TK, I'm so proud of you, and I can't wait to see your joint. I really am just like blown away when I heard what you were doing and what's going on and being prepared. And I was like, you know what? Just being prepared. Just being prepared. Because you just never know. And, you know, shout out to all of us independent joints that's doing some stuff. Shameless plug. Oh, I wanted to say verbally, please just check out, if you haven't done so, check out HelloFriend. I was blown away when I got the email that it was an award-winning, you know, I'm like, word? For real? This is how y'all feel? So please, you know, understand that whatever that you're doing, you can do it. It can happen. From a little thought to paper to filming to putting it out there. Let the people see. This bad boy's been in France. This bad boy's been in Portugal. This bad boy's been, you know, in some places. And I was shocked just to see the reaction. And I was like the little engine that could in getting this thing, you know, going. But I will say the most, and I preface this to say, to putting it on a Vision Pro, there's nothing.
He got cut out.
He got cut out.
Yeah, so he's probably gonna hop back on for a sec. But like Jacoby, we know he has to go. Everybody got to go in a second. We
there I was getting excited again, and I was messing up.
Oh shoot, my phone died.
There's nothing.
TK.
There's nothing more crazier. There's nothing more amazing than watching your movie on these damn things. Nothing more crazier.
Wow.
So
that's it.
But look, so we got cut out. We went longer than we wanted to, but it was just, we're doing a quick test to show y'all. Lewis is talking to us again through the Apple Vision Pro. He's hanging out with us on Ecamm. He's in the discussion. So you heard him, you saw him, you saw his avatar, his persona. But we enjoyed you guys. Thank you for coming to the after party. Again, we'll catch you next week when we talk about other stuff. But now you got a first-hand glance, a little bit of something what the Apple Vision Pro can do. And what we talked about. Now Jacoby's about to go get in trouble buying his pair of Apple Vision Pros. So
I can't wait, Kobe. I can't wait.
Say, I work hard. Jacoby, you work hard. I understand. You know, you work hard.
Damn right. We all, man, we work hard, play hard. Get it.
So that shit sounds good when you're single.
But I'm not in that. Don't tell her I said that. Don't tell her I said that, though.
So thank you for joining us at the Black Filmmakers Lounge after party. We'll catch you guys later. Enjoy your day. Be blessed. Have a good Saturday. We out. Peace.
Bye.
Peace.